Peace and blessings, everybody. I was listening to one of the spiritual leaders and elders say something that was really getting the gears in my mind turning, and I thought it was worth sharing. He said to me that the benefit of righteous laws is to actually help preserve life. Now let's consider that. When God, Jehovah, gave his laws to Israel, it was actually an expression of his love. Think about the 10 Commandments, which, by the way, 10 Commandments. Already, just the reference of it, I think, throws us off because none of us like to be commanded to do nothing, right? Yet, within those, when we read them, it starts out in Exodus 20 with, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. He starts out not giving commandments. He doesn't start out giving rules. He doesn't start out giving ultimatums. He starts out by saying, I am the God who heard you when you were crying out to me while being slaves in Egypt, who cared enough about you to answer your prayer and redeem you, rescue you, release you from your bondage. I'm the God who loves you. I'm the God who is committed and invested in your well-being. I'm not simply talking, y'all, about, when I say well-being, I'm not talking about external circumstances. I'm talking about the well-being of us as humans, from spiritual well-being, mental well-being, emotional and relational well-being, physical well-being. God is saying that he is fully invested in our well-being. And then he goes on to say what we know as the 10 Commandments. But get this. When you look at them, it's not simply you shall not, you should not, do not. That's how it reads, y'all. But when we actually take time and chew on, what does it mean? What is he really saying? He's actually saying that in order, I've rescued you from bondage, from slavery, to what destroys you. In order for you to remain in freedom, in order for you to avoid returning back to a place of bondage to what is destructive to your well-being, do not have any other gods before me. Do not covet after what belongs to others. Do not return back to a state of, I sleep when I'm dead, therefore I'm going to just grind and throw off the need for rest, Sabbath experience. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. He's actually saying that these are the behaviors that actually will cause you to be enslaved again. So in order to experience the life that I have for you, what I intended for you, avoid these patterns, these world views, and you will experience life in abundance. So even though it reads, thou shalt not, or do not, it sounds so restrictive, but it's kind of like, let me use this illustration as I wrap this up, right? I remember going to Jamaica, and I also remember going to Djibouti. And in both places, something that those who drove on the roads complained about, I'm talking about those who are accustomed to driving in America, they complained about there not being enough traffic lights, enough like clear guidance on the road that distinguish lanes from each other, which led to them feeling unsafe when driving on the road. So basically they were saying, and I experienced it when driving as well in these different parts of the world, that when there is a lack of righteous law, righteous order, righteous guidelines. There is more death, there is more injury, there is more anxiety, there is more panic. There is less abundance of life. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. And I hope that you are seeing our gracious God, the one Jesus the Christ came to reveal in a clearer light, that he's for you, for me. He's not against us, y'all. Be blessed.